Master, why are we up so early?
We have to make an early start if we're going to catch our man. Now come on! Well, I'm ready to go, Henri.
I hate it when he gets all active. It makes me feel quite exhausted.
Come on, Henri. We have a long ride ahead.
How exciting, Master.
Come on, Henri, we're leaving.
Yeah, Henri, come on.
So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
We have leads in Amiens and in St. Quentin. Let's follow up our leads in St. Quentin first.
We're going to Saint Quentin?
Yes. These stables look familiar. There don't seem to be any horses in your stables.
The army took every horse I had.
It must weigh a ton. He looks vaguely familiar.
A big sweaty guy with a hammer. You know, he reminds me of a blacksmith.
Excuse me, Smith. Could I have a word?
Of course, monsieur.
When does the coach leave?
Any moment now.
I'd like your bucket.
Well, hard luck. How can I run my business without a bucket?
How much worse can it get?
Hey! That fire is almost out.
I get the feeling our friend here isn't cut out for this job.
It doesn't look like this guy can afford anyone to pump his bellows.
You needn't think I'm volunteering.
He has a lot of tools.
I don't think business can be that good.
What makes you say that?
His tongs have rusted.
Hey, leave those alone. They're the only ones I have.
Why don't you make some more?
Are you kidding? With the price of iron these days?
Come on. Well, Henri, here we are, St. Quentin. Nice looking house. I wonder what property costs round here. It's a fine, sturdy bridge. Now, why would I want to do that? I wonder how deep this river is. He wears the king's uniform. Excuse me?
I don't have time to chat, mate. Bother somebody else.
Hey, leave that alone. No one is allowed through.
But we're chasing a man who must have passed this way.
No one's been past here in weeks. Your friend must still be in the town, if he ever got here.
The road stretches off into the distance, towards Burgundy and the Spanish Netherlands, places that are full of Protestant rebels. We can go no further this way. Go.
Pardon?
He wears the king's uniform. Hey, excuse me.
Don't talk to me, mate. Talk to the corporal.
Which one's the corporal?
You're a soldier. Can't you tell?
Can I?
I told you before. Talk to the corporal.
Excuse me.
Can't hear you, mate. I've got this ringing in me ears.
I see. It looks like he is one of the soldiers the king has engaged to fight the rebels. Excuse me.
Not now, mate. I'm thinking. 15 kilos mine weighed, and they only gave me second prize because it was a bit green.
What's this, lads? Having a picnic?
Get lost, Musketeer.
I see the army is just one big happy family, Master.
It says The Spotted Cow, a beefeater restaurant pub.
They spelt restaurant wrong. And the Beefeater is another English franchise.
How long are your men going to be outside?
We have to block the road to stop any rebels sneaking off to join their brothers in Holland.
But all your men are stopping is my trade. They haven't let anyone in all day. except for this idiot poet. Will you shut up with that thing?
Where do you think you're going?
I just wanted to...
We've taken over this tavern. No musketeers allowed. Push off.
Charming.
But aren't these guys musketeers? It seems like these guys highly value fruit, and we need to create a distraction. Luckily, we have this melon upon our person. The problem with this puzzle is that it is bugged. When we distract these people with the melon, we are able to actually enter the tavern. But the problem is, when we try to enter the tavern, they come back and stop us, which shouldn't happen. It can take 2, 3, sometimes 4 attempts to actually get this working.
Ornery, go down to the river and recover this. Oh look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river. Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim.
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Ornery. It takes one to know one. Come on, Ornery. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside.
You'll be sorry you made us look like fools, monsieur.
I know. You were doing such a good job on your own.
Here's your melon back.
It does give you some leeway, but as you can see, I pressed the prompt almost immediately, and it looked like we were about to enter the tavern. Joffrey turned to enter the tavern, but then immediately turned backwards. That is not what is meant to happen.
Ornery, go down to the river and recover this. Oh look! My prize-winning £5 honeydew melon has fallen into the river! Yet again! Who can rescue it?
Easy, lads. I'll take care of this.
No problem, Sarge. I'll deal with it.
Step aside, I saw it first.
You? You can't even swim.
You are a thorough rogue, Master.
Thank you, Ornery. It takes one to know one. Come on, Ornery. It looks like our friends have changed their mind about letting us inside.
You'll be sorry you made us look like fools, monsieur.
I know. You were doing such a good job on your own. Come on, Ornery. Let's get something to eat.
Sounds good to me.
14. That took 14 attempts to get into this tavern. That's the worst so far. I am absolutely done with this game right now, but it's done. Let's continue on.
It says something around the rim. Dear guest, thank you for your custom. We'll meet again.
Nice wheel. A fellow could make a few francs from a wheel like that.
Ornery, under no circumstances are you to steal that wheel.
Certainly not, Master.
I can't offer you a room, monsieur, as the officer has taken it.
Looks like there's just the one table.
Perhaps the gentleman will let you sit with him.
It doesn't smell like anything is cooking.
What? No food? Let's leave this dump.
Excuse me, monsieur, might I have a word?
Eh? Oh, I suppose so.
Have your men stopped a man in a blue cape? I need to speak with him.
No one dressed like that has been in St. Quentin, monsieur.
I knew it. We're in the wrong place.
Shut up, Henri. Look, about these men of yours.
What about them?
They're a nuisance. They are ruining this poor landlord's business.
I can't help that. They don't listen to me. What business is it of yours, anyway? You got in, didn't you? Leave me in peace, monsieur.
He doesn't look very happy.
Would you be if your tavern was this empty?
Ah, innkeeper.
Yes, monsieur?
What can you offer me to eat, landlord?
Well, we don't have a lot on today, seeing as I didn't think we'd have many customers.
Can I get something to drink here?
Well, I only have a little brandy left.
Who's the officer at the table?
His name is Roland Deodorant. He's in charge of those ruffians outside.
Who is that sitting by the fire?
His name is Alexander Dumas. Says he's some kind of entertainer. Frankly, having heard him play the lyre, I think he'd make a great shepherd.
Have you seen a man arrive in St. Quentin recently wearing a blue cape?
No one like that has been in here, monsieur. But then, who has?
What's going on here, landlord? Your tavern is deserted.
It's those soldiers outside. They won't let anyone in. You're the first customer I've had for hours.
It must be rough not getting any business.
Tell me about it. This is usually the busiest night of the week.
Would you like me to see if I can get the soldiers moved?
Could you? If they would just let some of my regulars in, I would be very grateful.
I'll have the brandy.
Just wait till you try it.
Be careful, master.
Wow!
I told you.
Is there any more?
Just one last bottle. That officer has drunk the rest of my stock.
Please give the officer the last bottle of brandy with my compliments.
At once, monsieur. This is from the Musketeer.
Cheers.
Thank you, innkeeper. That will be all.
Let me know if there's anything else you need, monsieur.
You have plenty of stock, landlord?
Of course. Those soldiers are blocking the door. None of my customers can get in.
Hey, garçon!
You'd like to order something?
Why not? What do you have? Thank you, innkeeper. That will be all.
Let me know if there's anything else you need, monsieur.
It's a mug. It's a lute. It's full. What's he doing, Henri?
He's just standing there writing.
What an extraordinary way to make a living.
He looks like he's sitting down and drinking.
My love is like a wed poppy. No, wed wine. No, this is hopeless.
Excuse me, may I speak with you?
Feel free. What can I do to help?
What is your name?
My name is Alexandre Dumas.
I am Geoffroy, an ensign in the Musketeers.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
What do you do, Monsieur Dumas?
Me? Well, I'm an artist of sorts. I hope to be a practicing bard.
If I were you, I'd keep practicing.
Perhaps you heard me playing just now.
I wonder if you have seen a man we are looking for. He wears a blue cape.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen your blue-caped man at all.
What other talents do you have, Monsieur Dumas?
Well, I can dance a little. I'm learning to juggle, and I can turn my hand to poetry.
Perhaps, Monsieur, your talents lie outside music.
Playing like that, his talents would be best outside the country.
You really think so?
Could you teach me how to write poetry?
Teach you? A musketeer?
That's a bit harsh.
Could you sell me a poem? A young woman in Rouen has captured my heart, and I'd like to give her an expression of my regard.
Well, I do not believe that love can be bought, monsieur. I need inspiration, not money.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
The same goes for me. I hope we meet again sometime.
We have some inspiration right here.
This hanky belongs to my loved one.
Ah, this is perfect. Her color, Her smell! The imprint of her beautiful lips.
Steady on, she's mine.
This is just what I need. Now, let me see. Here you are, and good luck!
Girls love this stuff. Juliet, flower of the night, your ears are something I could bite. Your neck is slender, like a perfect swan. Your eyes are pearls I love to gaze upon. Your arms are as delicate as a gazelle's. Your legs, well, you have two of them as well. But 'tis your lips that I desire, that fill me with a trembling fire. That mouth, so like an open rose. I just wish you'd keep it closed.
Wow.
Just some old soup.
I'm sorry, monsieur, but with so few customers, it didn't seem worth preparing any food.
I seem to be losing my voice slightly, but I did swear quite loudly several times, especially towards the end of getting in here. I've only ever got through the door the first time once in a practice session. Most other times it's been an average of about 3 or 4 attempts. This was by far the worst.
Excuse me, monsieur, might I have a word?
Yes, of course.
Have your men stopped a man in a blue cape? I need to speak with him.
No one dressed like that has been in Saint Quentin, monsieur.
I knew it. We're in the wrong place.
Shut up, Henri. How was that brandy?
Excellent, thank you. Won't you join me?
Don't mind if I do. What shall we drink to?
To the war, to the defeat of the Huguenots, and to the triumph of the true church.
At a guess, I'd say he was on the Catholic side.
Be silent, Henri. Salt.
Did you know that the famous Cardinal Guise is in Saint Quentin right now?
What is your name, monsieur?
I am Captain Roland Oderant of the 4th Foot.
And this is Ensign Geoffroy of the Musketeer.
Can't you find something useful to do? Where might I find the Cardinal?
The last I saw, he was heading for the church.
Look, could you do something for me in return?
Name it.
Could you speak to your men? Ask them to let the innkeeper's regulars in?
Consider it done.
Thanks. I see you have some cards.
Yes, they were confiscated from the lads outside. I was just checking them for marks. They use them to win fruit and veg from each other. Don't bother asking why.
Could I have a look at those cards?
Of course. Here, see the marks?
Oh, yes, very clever.
Take that one as a precaution.
Thank you. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Any time, old chap.
Come on, Henri, we're leaving. If you'd be so kind, monsieur.
What? Oh, right. Sergeant, let these men through.
But, sir,
Don't argue. Do it.
Thank you, monsieur.
Don't mention it.
Thank you, monsieur. You have saved my business. Take this small gift in token of my gratitude. It's a bit old and dusty. I've had it lying around for a while.
Come on, Henri.
Why is he hiding? Is he sulking?
It's so dusty. I can't read the label. I wonder if that church is worth a visit. Come on, Henri. We're going to church.
How exciting. Well worth delaying lunch for.
We have a melon, you can eat that.
A fine church, this, Henri.
Wonderful.
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 Wonderful. There doesn't seem to be anyone about. Voices, but I can't make them out. Hello? Anyone at home?
There's someone out there. Find out who it is at once.
Someone's coming. Hide.
You just called them. What do you expect?
We can't both hide behind the same pillar, you idiot. If you lost a bit of weight, we wouldn't have this trouble.
I'll make him pay for that later.
Our business here is ended.
Yes, Eminence.
Only one matter remains to be... Wait, I can see something wobbling behind that pillar.
Come out, you dog, or I'll kill you where you stand.
No! Mercy, monsieur!
What have we here? A Protestant rebel, perhaps? What have you to say for yourself, you cur?
Who are you?
Mind your manners, oaf. Don't you know who you're talking to?
I think we had just established that, Sergeant. Very well. Seeing as you are so ignorant, monsieur, I shall introduce myself. I'm Louis, Cardinal of Guise, Bishop of Troyes, Bishop of Albi, Abbot of...
No wonder there's so much unemployment. You have all the decent jobs.
Very amusing. Now, monsieur, since you have the advantage, you'll be good enough to tell me your name?
Bobbin Fredbear.
Very well. I am Geoffroy Lebrun, an ensign in the company of Captain Plainforce, the bravest of His Majesty's Musketeers, based in Rouen.
How fascinating. Now tell me, what brings you so far from Rouen?
I'm looking for a murderer who may have travelled this way.
Really? How awful. Who was the victim?
A nobleman called De Purple.
De Purple? But I know him well. How terrible! What makes you think his murderer is here in Saint-Quentin?
Actually, we think he is in Amiens.
Then you must get there at once. The Protestants must not succeed in their plans.
What makes you think De Purple's killers were Protestants?
De Purple's castle guards the road from Le Havre, which, as you know, is held by the English dogs.
Is this going to be a long history lesson?
Will you be quiet, Henri?
The Protestants plot the downfall of the king, and the English are helping them. Soon my brother the Duke will lead the attack on Le Havre. But if the Protestants control De Purple's castle, they could block the attack and possibly even take Rouen. De Purple was a loyal Frenchman, a true Catholic. He was bringing me his will, naming the church as his heir in case of his death. I will do anything to get it back.
I see. Excuse my ignorance, but your brother, who is he?
You stupid man. He is Francis, the Duke of Guise, the head of my family, leader of the Catholic forces, and the man who will single-handedly destroy the Huguenot rebels, the English, and all else who stand in the way of the triumph of a powerful Catholic France.
I thought I'd heard of him. What can I do to help?
If you find De Purple's killer, you may find the will. Bring it to me in Paris. You will serve France and be greatly rewarded.
The best news I've heard all day.
How do you feel about all this, monsieur?
Not great, but we must do our duty.
I don't understand religion. I fight for France. Catholic or Protestant, I shall destroy any who seek to damage our kingdom.
How very patriotic. Well, the king will be very pleased.
I'd like to help.
Good. France will owe you a great debt.
Good day, Your Eminence. I don't trust that man. Hello? Anyone at home?
It appears the Cardinal has gone.
I can't hear anything. Hello? No one through here. The Cardinal must have left. I wonder who it belongs to.
Us now.
That must be worth a fortune, assuming you could ever find someone to buy it. Wow, it's heavy. I expect this is a mistake. I can't expect to get away with stealing from a church.
The church has altogether too much wealth. It's time it was distributed to the poor.
Well, we've taken worse things. We might as well take this.
I knew you would alter your outlook eventually.
If you are going to keep making jokes like that, I'll leave you here. It's got funny marks on the back. A nice piece of metal, this. There's a candle still in it. You could get a couple of decent shirts out of this material. Good job I blew it out. It's empty now. Come on, Henri. We're leaving.
Are we going to get some dinner now?
Dinner? It's morning. We are done in St. Quentin for now.
Well, wasn't that interesting?
Fascinating, Master. Definitely food for thought. And speaking of food,
Come on, let's go.
aren't we even going to stay for supper?
These stables look familiar. Come on, Henri, we're leaving.
You lead an exciting life.
I know. Travel, romance, adventure. I don't know how I cope with it all. So, where are we going, Master?
Look here on the map, Henri. We're going to...
We are going to Amiens.
Yes, Amiens.